can't really remember a time where music wasn't as potent and emotive as it is to me, as it is today. I was always surrounded by it. So my dad was a musician, he played guitar, and my mom always had a strong interest in it because of her family, who also share it, so it's always been around. And yeah, so some of my earliest memories are in regards to music and the feelings that I remember being the most exaggerated or emphasized due to certain music. And I always had kind of an interesting conglomerate of influences that they unconsciously put onto me. My dad on the ride to a daycare, he would play Van Halen or Steve Miller or something like that, Pearl Jam. And then my mom, if she were to drive me any given day, I'd be hearing The Smiths and Depeche Mode and The Police, U2, stuff like that. So I think, and then at the same rate, my Nana was always a huge Beatles fan, and she was, as was the rest of my family, but they would always put that into my hands as a young kid. I mean, one of the first movies I remember seeing was Yellow Submarine, and I think as a result, all of that kind of meshed together, and you can hear that in what I make now. The music that I make on my own, the people who've listened to it have always kind of remarked at how it's either, really dark or kind of melancholic, or even, I'll get that it's really creepy a lot. And I think that is a huge accomplishment, and I don't think that's any coincidence. The way I've always visualized it was, that the music that I make purely by myself in my own bedroom is always, it always comes unconsciously. I'm never, you could argue that I'm not even doing it on my own volition. It just comes naturally, and the layers just build up, and you get this really creepy product. And I think the reason it comes off as creepy to most people is because we're conditioned to not acknowledge our unconscious, and it is a pure, honest snapshot of my unconscious mind, and I think that's where a lot of the unsettling nature comes from it. From people who do listen to it, and I couldn't be more proud of that. I think that's a huge accomplishment. What I've come to find and use as a justification for that feeling is that the unconscious is it's pure nature, and it's been so suppressed in this point in history. And I think when it does poke through, it's absolutely beautiful. It completely encapsulates everything that it isn't earthly, and that makes us what we really are. And I'll always be drawn to that, no matter what, whether it be in art and music. It'll always be prevalent.